Hey everyone, it's Rain here, and this is the Onacona's litter, the Serigy of Onacona A1. They were born in 4th of September 2019. Today they are about 6.5 weeks. Alright, so we are here today to talk about something that I've been asking a little while now. It's about pup training. It's about how I'm doing the training for them to understand how to get out and do their needs, how to have their own routines, how to use the crate and things like that. So one thing is, you need to keep your pattern. You need to be very concise and strict on your pattern. You need to be disciplined. If you want to discipline a dog, you need to be disciplined yourself. Other than that, you will not be successful, right? So keep that in mind, discipline. Another thing, another keyword on the training is boundaries. Everything related to a dog training need to have boundary. A puppy need to have boundary, a dog need to have boundary. For now, I'm allowing them to be as they want to be, simply because they are puppies. They are 6 weeks puppies, and they need to discover, they need to enjoy, they need to share experiences with their siblings while they can. Because later in life it will be very hard for them to do that, and that's, if they don't do that now, they probably will develop issues in the future, like struggling with cope with other dogs, struggling to cope with other situations in life. So they need to be strong on character, and that's why I'm allowing them to be. So for now I'm looking for the quantity of experience they have instead of quality. Why is that? Because quality you can nurture later, right? While quantity, you need to allow their nature to get on, to move on, and to let them be themselves, for them to show them their own self-initiative, to sell out who they are, to show their own characteristics as individuals, as personas, right? So we have 8 people, well, 8 different personas here, like some very close to each other, but mostly they are different on site. Perhaps not in color or not in face, but on site they are very different. They have the strong personalities, and every single one of them are individually tailored, individually tailored by nature. That's what I'm doing now. I'm letting them nature be. I don't want to cut anything, and I suggest you guys to let the nature to get out from them when they are with you. But you will need to nurture. Nurturing a dog is very, very important, perhaps more than allowing them to have their nature. So nurturing and naturing, they walk along all together. Don't forget that. So we have discipline, and we need to have boundaries. We need to allow them to nurture and to nature, right? Okay, so let's go let's talk a little bit about the crate training. Crate for some aren't needed, for others are needed, but dogs doesn't like. So this depends a little bit on the way you introduce the dog to the crate, and you make them know that the crate is actually their own castle, their own safety net, the safety space. How you do that? You need to make the place, you need to make the crate very comfortable, as much comfortable as you can. How is that? By having a good comfortable bed, preferably a vet bed or a suspended bed, for them to allow to avoid other characteristics or climatical characteristics, like if it's that too hot or if it's that too cold, they will avoid the crate. So you need to be careful about that, the temperature, right? And the amount of pee and poo, because they probably can make that at the first steps in your houses, because that will be everything new, so they don't know what's going on exactly. You need to be careful, accidents will happen. Okay, so once you have a bed, you need to put things they like. What they like the most? Appraisals. they like toys, they like food, they like water. But moreover, they like to be recognized by what they do. So everything good they do, appraise them, like say, yay, good boy, good girl, come on, yay, and things like that. They will recognize that as the best appraisal you can have. Not treats, not toys, anything else, just a good human appraisal, right? Yeah, so, okay, so once you have that in place, you need to allow the dog to be there by him or herself. You cannot simply close the crate and let the dog there crying. Otherwise he will feel, oops, it's a prison, I don't want to be here, and then he will imprint on that sense of fearness, of being locked, and the dog will not like it. So let the crate open. Let the crate open and make sure that the space that you have for them in your house has a bottle, a bowl of water in the crate or right outside the crate. You see, my friend there, Mr. Marley, he got to the crate to sleep. He likes to be there by himself, and I don't force him there. So you allow him to come back and forth, and he will do when they want. Okay, so you have food, you have water outside, you have toys, you have a good bed. So that will be more and more practice. There will be stick to the plan and keep going with the same routine. How is that? First thing in the morning, open the door and come out with the dog. If he wants to get his pee or poo outside the crate, which I believe that they will be able to do that already, what you need to do is to put something for the imprint. That can be a note towel, that can be a puppy pad, that can be a newspaper, right? That can be a piece of cloth. You need to stick to that. Once the dog pee and poo on top of that, don't reprimand them, don't tell anything but yes, good, or yay, or good boy. You see how she's looking to me now? She knows already I'm telling what appraisal was here. So yay, yeah, alright, let's go for it, good boy, good girl. Fine, because the job of teaching them where to go outside will be your job. They don't know how your house works, right? So you need to bring that imprinted piece of paper or newspaper or piece of cloth or old towel, and then you need to put out, and you call the dog out with you. Don't bring the dog on your lap, no. Just call the dog, he will come, like, and come on, come here, silly, come on. You see, some of them responding already, come here. You develop your own call. In a matter of days, well, we are talking about intelligent dogs. Doesn't think that dogs are just beasts. They are beings. They are very intelligent beings. So for a matter of days, teach them your whistle, teach them how you call them, teach them how you appraisal him or her, because that will be different than my appraisal, my whistle, my call. But basically, if you do the same, like, they will come. And then, once they come, do nothing else but, yeah, good boy, good girl, yeah, and appraise her. Appraise, all based on appraisal, all based on love. Don't reprimand, don't make the dog apprehensive if they poo anywhere inside the house. Because accident happens, they will try just being, intelligent there, in a sense that they are trying to mark their own territory, right? They need to know they were there sometime in the past, and that's what they want. They just want to piss here and there. It's your job as owner to make sure that first thing in the morning they know they will go out with you for a short walk. 2-3 minutes, it's enough for them to come out and understand, okay, I need to pee and poo here, right? Okay, let's gonna think about something else. How we will train, let's say, a good recall back. Dogs sometimes develop their own sense of willingness. Most of them will do. They are strong-willed boys and girls, and sometimes they will try to keep themselves outside there for longer than they can. Well, that's a good tip for you now. Once the dog is settled, once the dog is feeling okay in your home, once he's playing, once he's feeling okay, I'm really good here, I'm comfortable, I'm going to my bed. That needs to be about 1 or 2 weeks, right? You need to do your homework, guys. You need to do your job, guys and girls. You need to do your job. So once the dog is comfortable, what's next? You will have a lead, a short lead. Doesn't need to be a big lead, a long lead. Please don't use retractable leads, by the way. I'll talk about that later, but please don't have that, because that's very dangerous for you and dog. I'll explain that later, okay? Yeah, so you have a lead. How's that? You will put a lead for nothing. Just put it. Let he be. Let she be with the lead. Walking around. Obviously, you will be following, because if a lead is locked somewhere, the dog will feel anxious, will be afraid, and then your lead job is gone. So you need to have them on the lead, but you need to be with them all the time. Please, don't forget that. So put them on the lead. Bang on. Call them outside in the morning with the lead. Bang on. He pooed. Yay! He pissed. Good boy, good girl. Right. First, second week you do that. Later on in life, don't need to do, because, well, because they know they are doing a good job, right? You don't need to tell good boy or good girl all the time they breathe, or they fart, or they eat. No, just keep that for occasions where they need to learn they are doing a good job, right? So yeah, that's why you need a lead, because you say, Ren, yay, dog wants to go out, but he doesn't attend my call. Hey, he doesn't want to do that anymore because he's feeling bored. Well, this is something I'll tell you later, but for now, let's go to keep on the lead. You take the lead, you put the lead, he's getting used to the lead. What's next? You go after him, you take him off lead on the ground level, take the lead, and you say, come on boy, come on, pulling the lead gently. Come on boy, come on, 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 come on. You see what she's doing here? Come on, 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 come on. That's a virtual lead, but she's following my hand. So hand commands, like jazz hands, dogs will obey. With a good sound, dogs will obey. With a good appraisal, dogs will obey. They will comply, they will be happy. So one point is, don't put your dogs on your laps. No. We are talking about dogs, we are not talking about human babies. Right? So dogs need to know their boundaries. Dogs need to know they aren't allowed to be all the time on their laps, on the human laps. Well, that's same for sofa, for bed. That's about a hygienic situation here. But obviously, there's no reinforcement on that. Anyone can do whatever they want. It's about all their lives. But let's gonna keep things safe for them to understand they are allowed just when you guys tell they are allowed. Otherwise, it's a no-no. Okay? No-no for them. Right? Okay. So yeah, this is a good point to start with the lead, with the job on lead. You put the lead, you let them be, and then they will be walking around back and forth in the room with the lead attached. The first, second, third day, they will try to bite the lead. Don't tell anything, let him be. Just do something. Take a good chewing toy. Well, this is a chewing toy. It's too big for your puppies now, but sooner rather than later, this will be just the right size. Okay, so if you can buy one of these, just buy one of these. But you can have something different. You can have a smaller one, right? You can see that. So you have it. Instead of letting him bite in the lead and you say, oi, hey, no, don't do that. No, you don't do. You don't do that. You take a toy and say, hey boy, hey girl, come on, tack, 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 yay, 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 yay. He left the lead, he left the lead out and he take the toy. Then you bring him with the toy and appraise him and play with him. Play, play, play. What he will do? he will understand quickly, oops, the lead is not a toy, this is a toy. Fair enough? Fair enough. Let's gonna keep going. Let's go think about something else here to talk. I think I talk about dogs crying at night. Please take attention on that. They suddenly start crying. That's sometimes because they are with constipation. That's because sometimes they're afraid of being alone. Don't put them on the lap. Just go there, give him a cuddle, give her a cuddle, put them calm again. Sleep time, good girl, good boy, and that's it, right? Okay, I'm gonna think about something else here. What more for now? Well, I think for now it's alright, eh? Okay, so this is week 6. I'm wrapping the video, today's video for now. They are on a sleepy mood now. They were outside. I will post a video of them outside, of today's video from them playing outside. There's a follow-up now for the owners of Onacona's litter. Ziva is barkful. She likes to bark, she likes to tease. Mr. Sky, he's a fighter, he's a thug, he's a eater, big eater. He's the one who eats the most. Check it out. Miss Ava, she is a princess, but not that kind of a princess that will be waiting for the prince. She is more like Xena, the jungle's queen, the jungle's princess, I think. We have Sky, and then we have Mr. Marley there. You see, Mr. Marley, he's with his own character, a strong character, but very calm, very laid-back dog. He does his job, he eats, and that's it, he gone. Who else? We have Miss Orange. Miss Orange is just a thug girl. She is a thug. Very much a thug girl. Right? Who else? Mr. Black. Mr. Black is recovering from a step on his leg. Mom stepped on his leg a while ago, a few days ago. That made him block his intestines. How? Because of the foreleg was hurt. Every time he bounced to pull, he couldn't because he was feeling pain. No deal for Mr. Black. So I got to the vet, have him x-rayed. Good news are no broken bones, just constipation, right? Yeah. And then, who else I'm forgetting? Right, so we have yellow and purple. The golden girls, I think I will keep them too, not sure yet. Purple is very needy. She's a companion dog. She'll be a good companion to me. While yellow is just Ruby in a black. Is a black version of Ruby. Okay. All right, guys. I am wrapping for now. I hope you are doing great with the preparations. I hope you are doing great with your lessons, with your training. I hope you are doing your homework. Please do, because these dogs here, they deserve the best. They deserve the best owners, alright? You take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye for now.